Kuphi kuphi emakhaya emadolobheni naseComplasta khona lapho ubukela khona SABC 1 sanimukela bekunene ehlelweni lwakho ilungelo lakho lelithanza kakhulu and it is your right silethela ke lihlelo lapho bahamba phambili SABC 1 Mzansi for sure mina ke bekunene ngisimpiyo ingcongwane sisemba ukuthi ke nilijabulele kakhulu ke lisuku lolubukeneke nekuvikelwa ke malungelo eluntu iHuman Rights Day lebeligujwa ke idolo kule nyanga ke bekunene yedlovu lenkulu inyanga ya March asigubhi kuphela amalungelo eluntu sibhekene futhi nekuvikelwa kwemalungelo ebathengi iWorld Consumer Rights Month singachithi ke isikhathi asingene shwi endzabeni yethu namhla. Today is no ordinary public holiday for many South Africans, but a day to reflect on issues of our human rights as citizens. This as we join the globe to mark both human rights celebrated in the same month with World Consumer Rights. So it is during this time that we evaluate the extent to which we enjoy the protection of our rights as consumers, both in the marketplace and as citizens.
Nakubeni elilo Mzansi Afrika lenze inzame ezincomekayo ekubhasiseni imithetho ekhusela amalungelo wabemibeli. Kwabaninzi lo mithetho iseliphupha nje. Kaloku zisathe gqulo ukuvakala iziganeko zempathombi kumaziko karhulumente yaye nokuhanjiswa kwenkonzo kusasilela. Imizekelo ephilayo ngamava abuhlungu wabemibeli nahlala evakala kumajelo weendaba naphathelene nezibhedlele zikarhulumente izikhululo zamapolisa kunye namanye ke amaziko. Noba amaxhoba sele edlulisela ezo zikhalazo kwiofisi eziphezulu kumaxa amaninzi izidingo nezikhalazo zawo zifika zixinge kungafumaneki bulungisa obulindelekileyo ukanti okukusilela ekunikezelweni kwenkonzo ezifanelekileyo kuvunywa nazingxelo zaseburhulumenteni. Ukuphawula inyanga yamalungelo wabathengi iWorld Consumer Rights Month kutsho ngolusuku lamatshantliziyo athe bhazalala kwizitalato zalapha eRhawutini engena engabhungisanga kwiivenkile kunye nakumashishini abucala. Injongo ikukuqinisekisa ukuba imithetho ephathelene namalungelo akho njengomthengi iyathotyelwa. Kaloku elixesha lalobhubhane weCovid egqugqisayo lize notshintsho kwindlela amashishini asebenza ngayo nanjengoko kufuneka alandele imimiselo ethintela ukusasazeka kwale ntsholongwane. Kunjalo baninzi abangananzi lo miqathango. Emva kokuzama ukuxhathisa lo msebenzi uye wawayeka lamatshantliziyo enza umsebenzi wawo. Phofu ubuyazi nambukeli ukuba lilungelo lakho ukubuyisela impahla evenkileni ufumane imali yakho xa ngaba lonto uyithengileyo ingakonelisi. Apha ke kule venkile kuthiwa libala ngentlawulo xa ubuyisela impahla. Ingaba umgaqo-nkqubo wale venkile usemthethweni kusinina?
The general signs that's put up by some businesses that say no refunds, no returns. Look, that is in contravention with the CPA because the CPA said if anything is defective, you have 6 months implied warranty, which means any defective product which is not safe or not suited for use must be able to be returned at any given time for either refund, a replacement or repair.
Ukanti kwakule nyanga yamalungelo wabathengi lamatshantliziyo athi aqwalasele oku kulandelayo.
We also look at compliance with the Consumer Protection Act. We're looking at, for example, stores not selling expired goods, not selling rotten food or dented products, or even in cases that the products must be priced. Products must have expiry dates.
uDiane Blanche nolitshanhliziyo lwamalungelo wabathengi uthi elilizwe lixhobe ngokoneleyo ngemithetho ekhusela abathengi.
We have so many consumer protection laws. You look at the financial industry, long-term, short-term insurance, you have competition regulation, you have the Medical Schemes Act, you have the Consumer Protection Act, you have the National Credit Act and so on.
Xa le mithetho sinayo isithembisa lonke olukhuseleko, ingaba kusilela phina. Ingathi ezinye zeengxaki zilapha kuthi bathengi.
We often don't want to make the effort of really researching how the products actually work, what the protections are that I'm entitled to, how can I see that I protect myself.
Umthengi waseGautini nophila nokukhubazeka uthi ewe imithetho ekhusela abathengi ikhona kodwa izidingo zabo baphila nokukhubazeka aziswanga songo kupheleleyo.
Thina njengabantu abakhubazekileyo sisenengxaki zokuba umzekelo ezivenkileni ufike izinto zibekwe ngendlela engagculisiyo ekufuneka uba wena uhambe ucela wonke umuntu lapha evenkileni bakuthulele. Uphinde futhi kwizinto ezifana nento zekhaya xa usuka apha eGoli mhlawumbe usuya eKZN uvela ufike kuthiwa ayikho imoto ekwazi ukukusutha kodwa imoto zikhona just because akufuna ukufakwa i-hands control andazi kuba sawenza njani thina. Iye futhi kwizakhiwo ezitsha ozibonayo bazisanda ukwakhiwa kuthiwe zi-office kodwa asikwazi ukungena kuzo kodwa izakhiwo zonke zakhiwe emva konyaka ka-1994.
Ingaba yintoni na le miqobo ethintela ukuba kungafezekiseki ngokupheleleyo ukuhlonitshwa kwamalungelo ethu njengabathengi kwanabemi beli? Kwilungelo lakho ndinguPhaphama Changana Dube.
And to help us take stock of our journey as a country in advancing the protection of human rights and as well as consumer rights, let's extend a warm welcome to Dr. Somadoda Figeni, the newly appointed Public Service Commissioner. He will help us look at the service levels we receive and expect from our state institutions. And also joining us is Teze Mabuza, the National Consumer Commissioner. She will help us look into the consumer rights space. Dr. Somadoda Figeni, now we get Teze Mabuza, sanibonani.
Sanibonani mangibingelele bonke.
Alright, Mshengu ndawucela ngawe ukuthi njengoba namhla ke sigubha ke lisuku lwema consumers kanye ke nelisuku lwemalungelo eluntu i-Human Rights Day ne-Consumer Rights Day ukuthi is there anything to celebrate? Yini kahle kahle lele sigubhako namhla?
Lawo lesigubhako namhlanje simphiwe nekubabukela emakhaya ukuthi sinawo malungelo. Njengoba sivile nje especially kule insert yethu ukuthi throughout South Africa sinama Consumer Protection Act lamanyeli kakhulu. Lokhu kucala ku credit ukuphinde futhi kuye kunama short term insurances. But lokhu lekhona kusala nami nawe ukuthi sendani ngaloko are we educating ourselves ukuthi sathi ukuthi nangabe kukhona lokuthi siyahlukumedeka especially ku business ngendani mina ngaloko njengomthengi. So lokho esifuna ukuthi sikugcizelele namhlanje njengoba sigubha lelilanga ngifuna ukuthi kubathengi njengoba kushido kucala ngami nawe ukuthi sathi ukuthi malungelo ethu maphi kanti futhi ngitiphi inyathelo lekumele sithathe nangabe kukhona lokwendakalako ngabe akuhambisani lalemthetho lebekiwe ukuthi bathengisi bethu kumele bakulandzele. So lokho ke kucala ngami nawe asiqale nje namhlanje.
Well, since you've been in the consumer rights space for quite some time now, Mshengu, ingabe ke ema-consumers lalabukela luhlelo njengamanje nje na ucabanga kwakho noma ngekubuka kwakho bayajabula yini ngendlela yemalungelo ukuthi ingabe ayahlonishwa yini ngama-service providers?
Hey, Simphiwe angeke ngisho ukuthi bayakujabulela ngoba tikhalo dona sesediningi. So lokho lokuthi bani bayakhala then ba complain akusho ukuthi malungelo abo akabukelelwanga, kusho ukuthi balandzeli bethu sebakutholile ukuthi ngempela nangabe khona lapha lebahlukumeteka khona bayakwati ukuthi mela bakhale. Mari lesikubonile ukuthi bosomabhizinisi bethu kakhulu ngaze ngithi bafuna ukuphoxelelwa noma lokho lesikubita kuthi yi-nudge, they want to be nudged. Ngoba sikubonile ukuthi nangabe we shine a spotlight ku some of tinto leti lebatendako, sibonile kakhulu kulonyaka lophelile lekhathi sibuka kuma prices wethu e-COVID ukuthi nangabe siya investigate ama prices ayehla, nathi sina relax asibheke kulokunye then futhi kuyaqala futhi. So lokho lesikubonile ukuthi the feeling esinayo ukuthi bosomabhizinisi bethu they act with a mixed feeling, bafuna ukuthi ngaso sonke isikhathi njengahulumeni sibesihlala njalo sibasele emuva kweneke ukuthi bakwadi ukuthi malungele bathenge ngaso sonke isikhathi abukeleleke. So lokho futhi sikubonile nalekhathi sibuka kuma pyramid scheme, nasicale i-COVID last year ayakhuphuka ama pyramid scheme, kwafika lapha sesithi no ake sibuke ukuthi kwenzakalani kuma pyramid scheme, sabona kwehla futhi. So lokho kusho ukuthi we have moved away. But lokho lekusala ukuthi nabathengi bethu emakhaya sesibonile ukuthi nama-complain ayakhuphuka, abantu bayazama. Mari lekusekusele nje ukuthi thina njengahulumeni sibambane kakhulu, sizame ukuthi njengale mkhakha lehlukene sibambisane, ngoba sibonile ukuthi nawumnyango lowodwa ukumele wedwa awukwati ukuthi ubone lokunye, especially lapho esibone ama-pyramid scheme kufune eminyango lehlukene njenge-banking services bofika kanjalo ukuze ukuthi sibone ukuthi lokho lesiphathene nabo ilona i-pyramid noma kanjani. So kumele sebenzisane, then there will be progress. Mara siyakhona siye.
Yes, it's so heartwarming and refreshing to hear that, Mshengu. Now, Dr. Somadoda Figeni, awutheke ngikusonzethe nawe kulenzaba singakachubeke futhi ngikuhalalusele ngekungena ke office la Public Service Commissioner. Kuthi ke nawuqala ke umsebenzi wakho njenga Commissioner we Public Service, Dr. Somadoda Figeni, kuthi ke yini tingcinamba noma ke tinkinga ke lodibene nato ke noma ke singathi ke tinkinga love ukuthi bathengi labanengi they come across on a daily basis?
Okusemqoka nje masibuka ukusebenza kwaHulumeni nenhlaka zikaHulumeni ukuthi isikhathi esiningi imithetho ikhona njengoba uMshengu beseshilo, futhi iconstitution okanye umgaqo sekelo ukhona usho kahle, kodwa mase kufika ukuziswa kwama services nokusebenza kwezinto akuhambi ngaleyo ndlela, futhi imithetho ikhona. Kulapho ke kusithiwa manje masike sibuke ukuthi singenza njani ukwengezela lapha emithethweni ukuthi ama values nama principles umuntu ayiphile lento ayenzayo abone ukuthi ibaleke kangakanani ngokomgaqo sisekelo ukuze yenzeke. Na kumzekelo kuze kwakhona abo batupile lapho bekuthwabeka abantu phambili, kodwa lokho kwenzeka nje abantu baqhubeka bayibona njengeslogan ingeyona into ephambili. Kodwa ke khona okukhona nje engathi ku-specific lapha ku-Public Service Commission esibone kuyinkinga, futhi niyakubona nalapha kuma-commission ophenyo kuyinkinga. Le ndaba yokuthi umuntu ongumholi wepolitiki nomuntu omholi we-administration basebenzisana kanjani, kuba isikhathi esiningi omunye uthi ngenze lokhu naloku kuba benginikwe i-instruction engekho mthethweni. Okwesibili esikubonile indaba yama-deployment, isikhathi esiningi abantu befakwa bengenazo izakhono kodwa befakwa kuba bencike kwipolitiki okanye bencike kumholi lo we-department. Leyo nto idale ukuthi iqhoqhobaleke okanye iphelelwe ngamandla indlela esebenza ngayo i-administration. Nama-systems nje isikhathi esiningi kuthiwe hayi akhange alandelwe, ubone ke ngoku sekwenzeka lezi zinto ezifana nasethembisa, ubone sekwenzeka nalezi zinto zako-life esidimeni, ubone kusenzeka nje iy'nkinga eziningi. Kulapho ku-Public Service Commission esithi akuzuphelele kuthini siphenye kuphela, fanele basike sibheke ukuthi yiphi indlela emasiyishintshe yokusebenza.
Dr. Fikeni ngiyatsemba unonwa ke ngiyajabula ukuthi uthinze indzaba esesidimeni nenzaba esethembisa ke and which is an extension of human rights. Ngiyatsemba ukuthi ke babukela abanengi ke kanye ke nabathengi badibuta ukuthi yini lobudlelwane emkhathini kwemalungelo eluntu kanye ke nemalungelo ebathengi, the difference or the interconnectedness of human rights and as well as consumer rights. I want us to tackle that issue in just a moment after the break. Kwanyalo ke mbukeli asijika ngasetitolo siyabuya khona nyalo. Leli lungelo lakho. Sikomukele futhi mbukele tincingo tevela setuvule ukuthi nawe ungaba ingcenye yalenkulumo yethu namhla sishale kucine kwe on the numbers on your screens right now 0117146918 noma ke 0117146919 ungasithumela futhi ke email ku consumer@sabc.co.za ungaphinda usifole ke ku Facebook njengoba bengichazile ke babukeli phambilini ukuthi ke inyanga endlovu lenkulu inyanga ya March inyanga ye World Consumer World Consumer Day and as well as World Human Rights Day litolo ke besikuba ke lihlelo noma ke lelanga le Consumer Rights Day lapha ke eMzansi. Namhla ke sina Dr. Somadoda Fikeli ungumcommissioner ke we Public Service Commission, siphinde sibe na Theze Mabuza yena ke uyi-commissioner we National Credit Commission or National Consumer Commission. Now Dr. Somadoda Fikeli singakayi ke before we went to that ad break bese sikhuluma ke ukuthi ke since bantu labanenge bayadibuta ukuthi njoba lungelo lakho phela lihlelo lolatiwa ngekuthi lihlelo ke lichaza noma ke lidzingitse emalungelo ebantu kuyangani ke namhla ukuthi sikhulume ngemalungelo eluntu human rights kuthi ke yini lobudlelwane emkhathini kwemalungelo ebathengi kanye ke nemalungelo ebantu. What is that interconnectedness between human rights and as well as consumer rights?
There are different levels zale consumer rights ne human rights. They are related. Mawubuka okanye ujonga umthengi amalungelo akhe okuba abe akhuselekile ngamalungelo oluntu. Kuba kaloku uba ngaba kuthe wabe uyalahlekiswa okanye ulahlekelwa lilungelo lento ebeyifuna okanye ithengile ilungelo lakhe. Nakurhulumente ke xa sithetha ngelungelo likarhulumente ukuba abantu banelungelo ngokucaciswe ngumgaqo siseko okokuba yintoni ekufanele bayifumane njengeenkonzo zikarhulumente, indlela emakwenziwe ngayo yintoni amabayilindele. Yiloo nto ke kula chapter 10 othetha nge-Public Service Commission uthi masiqaphele okokuba urhulumente usebenza ngale ndlela bekufanele usebenza ngayo na ukuze sinkonzo ebantwini khona ukuze babe banamalungelo. Kodwa ke umshengu unokugxininisa kwelicala lamalungelo abathengi, thina sigxininise kwelicala lamalungelo abantu abalindele inkonzo zikarhulumente.
Simvile ke umshengu phambilini abesichazela kabanti ke ngema strides that the NCC has taken in terms of curbing some of the malpractices in the private sector. Ukhulumile ke kabanti ke umshengu kwethi ke indzaba ema pyramid scheme, those have been brought under control. Wakhuluma futhi ke nekwenyuswa kwemanani ngalokungekho ke emthethweni, the overinflation of prices of essential goods, in particular food, kuthi nako ke has been brought under control. Asasibuye ke ngalapha ke ku public sector kuthi wena nje njenga Public Service Commissioner ngekubuka kwakho ke bathengi ikakhulukati ke ema-citizens ala e-South Africa, are they happy with the kind of services that we receive at the public institution? Bayajabula yini bathengi noma ke ema-citizens alapha ukuthi nakaya esibhedlela ayalithola lolusito lekumele alithole, nakaya emaphoyiseni ayalithola lolusito lekumele ukuthi balithole, nabaya e-Home Affairs bayalithola yini lolusito lekumele ukuthi balithole as enshrined in the Constitution and as well as the Consumer Protection Act?
Ndingatsho ndithi noxana kukhona inzame ezenzekileyo ukuba iinkonzo zize ngendlela, xa ujonga uHome Affairs iingxaki zazinkulu kakhulu kwiminyaka edlulileyo, kunzima nokuba ungancedakala njani, kodwa kuya kuguquka kwezinye indawo. Kodwa ke kwamanye amasebe kuya kuba kubi kakhulu ngokwemeko oyibonayo, umzekelo ezibhedlele ezidalelwa life esidimeni nothembisa kwathi xa sekufika neli xesha le-COVID kwafuneka uba kube khona izinto ezininzi eziqaphelekayo ukuba azihambi ngendlela. Noxana kukho iinzame zokuzilungisa ezinto, xa sijonga izikhalazo ezimana ukuza kuthi okanye xa siyophanda kwezi ndawo, ziyasixelela into okokubana njengangoko ubona nakoo-Auditor General ingxaki ikhona. Kwezinye iindawo zizakhono ezingekho kuba kufakwe iinkokheli ezingenaso isakhono okanye ezingena-competence. Kwezinye iindawo ukuba abantu nje baphelelwe ngumdla, ubudlelwane babo nento abayenzayo kukufumana umrholo kuphela khona ukuze umntu abhatale iirenti zakhe, akayiva le nto, akayiphili le nto ayenzayo. Loo nto idala uba angakwazi ukukhathalela abantu. Ngokufutshane ke, zinintsi izikhalazo zabantu ezifuna ukuqatshelwa. Kunintsi nobuthathaka okanye weaknesses kwi-public sector ezifuna ukuqatshelwa. Ezinye xa kuthethwa nge-corruption nakwizondo commission uyazibona uba apha bubuthathaka be-public service. Ezinye xa kuthethwa nge-service delivery protests uyabona uba apha ngayilungiswe ngenye indlela le nto okanye iqapheleke ingekenzeki. Ezinye xa kuthethwa ngokuba kumane kuthenjiswa ngee-policies ezithile kodwa zingade zi-implementwe. Zonke ezo zinto zibonakalisa ubuthathaka be-public service. Ezinye ke zidalwa kukuba abantu abafakwe ezikhundleni abafanelekanga uba bakwezi ndawo abanazo izakhono. Ezinye zidalwe yindlela le esenza ngayo imithetho edala ukuba makufuneka uba sike siphinde siyijonge. Yiloo nto kuthethwa nge-professionalization of public service. Yiloo nto sikhupha nee-instructions singu-Public Service Commission ethi masijonge umba we-unlawful instruction esuka koominister isiya koo-DG okanye koo-MEC isiya HODs ukuba yenzeka njani le nto ukuze basebenzisane kakuhle ngendlela yokuba umntu athi nokuba ndisamkele isibhengezo esisiphuma kumphathiswa kodwa sihambe emthethweni.
Nyaloku usichazele kabanti ke the root cause. I mean, you've so rightly diagnosed the problem in the public service, but ngicela ukuthi sikhulume kabanti ngema-solutions ukuthi yini ekumele kusekwendiwe kuze kuthi ke ema-services kuma-public institutions improve, Dr. Fikeni.
Eyokuqala, njengoba bendithetha ngokuprofessionalizwa kwe-public service eseyikhankaselwa urhulumente ngoku, nditsho nominister ka-Public Service and Administration, no-National School of Governance, no-Public Service Commission, bawuchophele lo mcimbi. Loo nto izawudala uba kuthiwe umntu wonyulwa njani esikhundleni khona ukuze kufakwe abantu abanezakhono. Xa sele sesikhundleni, i-performance yakhe ijongwa njani ukuthi ihamba ngale ndlela ibiyiyo. Ukutreyinwa kwabo sebengaphakathi kwenziwa njani khona ukuze abantu bangene ezikhundleni kuba befanelekile, angangeni kube loyal kwi-politician ethile okanye kumntu othile. Loo nto ke idala uba sikhuphe laa nto ibidala uba kungabikho kuzinza kwi-public service. Okwesibini, ngulamba othi xana kuthiwe kuzawusetyenzwa umsebenzi othile, iinkonzo zizawuya ebantwini, ingaba banikiwe nithuba lokuba baparticipate. Kuthi noba kuzawakhiwa isikolo ungavele ubone okanye kuze amanzi sewubona kufika iitrakhi, abantu abazi noba kuzokwenziwani, kuboniswane nabo kubezo values nee-principles zithi kwi-constitution siyi-participatory democracy, abantu mababe yinxalenye yokufunwa kwee-solutions. Zezinye ke zezinto esizizamayo, kodwa ke uluhlu lude apho sizama ukujonga ii-solutions khona ukuze singamane siphanda nje kuphela ikheyisi efikayo, siphanda ikheyisi efikayo. Endaweni yokumane sikorobha phantsi apho kunamanzi khona, sizama ngokwezisombululo zokuba kufikswe iroof.
Alright, Somadoda Figeni, asishiye khona lapho ke sitawuchubeka nenkulumo yethu emva kwaleli khefu. Nawe ke Thezi Mabuza, will touch base with you after this break. Bekunene ke namhla sikhuluma ke ngebudlelwane bemalungelo eluntu human rights kanye ke nebudlelwane ke bemalungelo ebathengi consumer rights. Nokuthi ke kahle kahle yini lekumele ukuthi civil servants akwende kuze kuthi ke amalungelo ebathengi ahlonipheke. Nekuthi ke bo minister nabo director general nato tonke ke tisebenta uhulumende tihledileni ehhovisi nangabe thine ke njengabathengi nama-citizens ala South Africa asilithole olusido uma siya kuma-public institution. Lokho ke ngilele sikudzingisayo ke namhla. Please stay tuned. We'll continue this conversation in just a moment. Leli Yilungelo Lakho asithi shwi asetitolo. Welcome back. Sakubukela ke mbukele ehleleni Yilungelo Lakho. Khumbula ukuthi umbukele tincingo solo tivuliwe ukuthi nawe ke ngovakalisa umbono wakho. You can share your thoughts, you can share your experiences and what you've actually experienced at civil or rather at government institutions. So you can call us on 011-714-6918 noma ke 011-714-6919. Nangabe usadza kusijoyina ke bekunene mhlawumbe uyatibuta ukuthi kuyangani ukuthi ilungelo lakho namhla sikhulume ngemalungelo eluntu human rights. Cha bekunene ke khumbula ukuthi emalungelo ebathengi angumfakela wemalungelo eluntu. It is a subset of human rights, and human rights is an umbrella, is an umbrella initiative and under which the consumer rights fall. Namhla ke sina Dr. Somadoda Figeni uyi commissioner we public service commissioner tasichazela kabanti ke ngetingcinamba bathengi labadibana nato on a daily basis. Siphinde sibe na Thezi Mabuza commissioner we National Consumer Commission utasichazela kabanti ukuthi ke ngabe tingcinamba yini bathengi in the private space, especially the public service, the public service providers, and which so many consumers have been complaining ukuthi they've been given a raw deal. Now, Thezi, ngicela ukuthi uphawule ukuthi lokuvile ke kuDr. Somadoda Figeni uchaze kabanti ke wadiagnose inkinga ukuthi some of the problems ukuthi ke the civil service is not fully professionalized, wakhala ngeke ukuthi ke kune cadre deployment for instance, nekuthi ke ku-appoint abantu labangakaceceshwa for leyo msebenzi loyo. Wakhuluma ke ukuthi ke i-solution it could be the professionalization of the civil service. Kuthi yini ke umphawulo wakho longawenda ke lo hlangothi?
Ngicela ukusho nje kubabukele emakhaya ukuthi lokhu kukhulume Dr. Figeni it's true ngempela ngoba what you would see is that thina njengebathengi nasiya siyothenga it's either ngithenga ku government or through a private person nginemalungelo lakathide. Lokho yokuqala nje ilungelo lemfuna ukukhuluma ngalo which is similar to the one that you see kulona ku Bill of Rights. It's the right to equality ku marketplace. Lokhu ngubonile kakhulukazi especially nangabe kule insert yethu lesibenayo, especially abantu laba lebakhubatekile ekutheni masi accessa ema services, it could be privately noma even ku public service sengabanga nako lokulingana ekutheni kumele ngithole access yokungena esibhedlela, ngithole access yokungena esitolo, ma shelves athi kwehla kancane abuya bese zingeni lami, noma ngithina ngifunza ngifuna ukubuka iprice ibe la kulendzawo lengakwati kuyibeka khona. So lokho ke ngiloko lesibona ukuthi kuyafana kanti futhi lekhona futhi lenye i-right lengifuna ukuthi sigcizelele namhlanje ngile yokukhetha. Sibonile kakhulu ukuthi njengomthengi nginako ukuthi ngiyadikhethela ukuthi ngifuna ukuthenga kuphi nakusiphi store. Mara lokho lesibona ukuthi kusasekhona kusendeka njengamanje ukuthi nami ngingumthengi kuba khona lokho lesikubita ukuthi ama limitations wherein especially laba bema small businesses ukuthi abatfoli manani lakafana nama bigger businesses wherein you would see ukuthi i-design ye-market yendele ukuthi bantu labathide bangakwadi kuthenga tinto letithide ukuthi nabo bakwadi kukhula, especially your small contractors wherein umuntu utawuthi nona ufuna kuthenga cement na uthenga 10 wema-bags utawuthenga 10 rand ibag mara na uthenga 50 utawuthenga nga8 rand lokho lokusho khona ukuthi lekungalingani utawuhlala njalo ukuchubeka kanjalo so lokunye futhi lemfuna ukukhuluma ngako ngilokho lesikubitla ukuthi i-disclosure to information lokho lokuthi nemalimi ethu asengathuthuka kanjalo ukuthi nangimthengi noma ngifuna tisida could be ku-private noma ku-government malimi wethu akasivumeli ukuthi ama-contract la lesiwaniketako abe simple abe ngalendlela lesiyivisisa ngabo so lokho kusho ukuthi njengebathengi thina especially even naku-government we are still being limited ngoba asibonelelwa ngendlela lefanele lokuthi silingane sitfole tinsita ngala malimi lesiwavisisako nokuthi then njengebathengi sikwadi ukuthi nangabe khona lapha lesifuna kukhala khona sikhale ngalendlela lesikuthi nathi sivisiseke ngikhale ngeSwati noma ngesizulu then ngivisiseke so lokho kusho khona ukuthi njengoba babefike nasasho nje ukuthi we have to still go a long way nathi njengecommission ukuthi sende khona ukuthi sebenzisane nalamanye maguma ethu especially bozakwethu kanjalo ukuthi we make sure ukuthi ama services ethu based on Consumer Protection Act abakhona not only ku-private but naku-government ekutheni bantu sibabonelele basitakale. Thank you, Mati.
All right, siyabonga kakhulu ke Mshengu. Please hold your thought. We'll continue with this conversation in just a moment. Kwanyalo ke bekunene, let's take our first call esinanhlanhla lapha eTsakani. Sekumole ehleleni sawubona.
Yebo sawubona bhuti wami njani?
Siyaphila baba, khuluma nathi, what's on your mind?
Ngiyaphila mina ngifona for umphakathi engisebenza nawo ngifona as a community health worker under ekuruleni in a certain clinic that I won't mention.
Okay.
My community is suffering from insiza from social. I ayikwazi ukusiza kahle community where I'll be based on foster care grant. Foster care grant it is set to help the kids that are left by their parents and they live with their guardians. The guardians, they suffer, they struggle. I refer them to the social department. Not even a single client of mine has received help from the social department. I would like to know what is holding up because, for example, I had a client that I referred.
What kind of problems do they face?
The kinds of the process of applying for those certain grants, they are prolonged.
Okay.
They are very, very prolonged. They take years. I've got a client who applied for this foster care grant, and 60, not even 16. She was 13, and now she's already 18 years old. They said it's approved late last year, December. They said it's approved, but we are still waiting for that foster care grant to be activated on that guardian account.
Okay.
What's taking these processes to be so long from the social department? Why are they not taking care of this community that needs their help? Mostly the future of South Africa, which is the kids that are left by their parents. I am so worried why the social department is prolonging such important processes. They truly need these grants, foster care grants, because as a community health worker, I visit these households. I see the situation in these households. They hired us under the Department of Health to go and make change in these households. But the social department is holding our hands. We can't bring change. We just always wake up and see how the people they are suffering. And it's also strenuous to us as community health workers.
All right, Nhlanhla, siyabonga kakhulu kusishayela and raising some of the issues that are faced by especially those recipients of social grants. Ukhona ke Professor Somadoda Fikeni ke, he is the Public Service Commissioner. Utawuzama ke ukudzingisa ke leyo ndzaba leyo. Kwanyalo mbukeli asesisishwi ngasetitolo. Leli lungelo lakho. 0117-146-918 or 0117-146-919. These are participation lines and they are now open. Kuthi-ke nawe-ke ungasishayela ucingo khona lapha e-studio and share your thoughts and share your experiences that you've enjoyed at both the private sector and as well as the public institutions. Now, Professor Figeni, before we went to that break, bekunanhlanhla-ke he's a community leader ulapha-ke e-East Rand. Ukhulume-ke ukuthi ema-clients akhe abanekulukhuni ekuthola ema-grants, especially the foster care grants from the social development. Kuze kube namuhla kude-ke lokwendekile. Logo, I guess it is a facet or an extension of the vast array of problems experienced at the public service.
Certainly, I do think that there are two things that we ought to be doing. Okokuqala is one, to make sure that the service delivery model and the system itself sibheke ukuthi ama-challenges ayo akuphi, especially the high volume and entities such as social grants, NOSASA or NSFAS or UIF, to say, given the system itself, what are the weaknesses there? Kodwa-ke singemi lapho, I would like you to share the hotline as well as the email address to the caller which PSC has, so that we can look at the specifics of these cases and make a follow-up. And I assure him that we will actually give him a feedback and investigate the specific circumstances.
We'll definitely do that, Professor. Now, Mshengu, I'm just going through some of the Facebook messages. Most of them are saying they are not happy at all about the service and public institution. Lomunye Utsi, there's really nothing to celebrate when it comes to consumer rights. Even worse, it's a very painful process for people to get help instead. And I think one very, very important, Facebook message that touches on your office, Treasure Spanion, what I would like to know is, where do you report a grocery store where they scratch the expiry dates on their products? Because once a product expires, the date is scratched instead of removing it from their shelves. That is not only a violation of a consumer right, but also a human right, a basic human right, because those people are forced to badle kudla lesekubonile noma ke lesekungasalungi ukuthi kudliwe. So umbukeli ke Treasure Sibonyeni uyabuta ukuthi, where does he report such?
Thank you. Ngibonge Simphiwe, ngibonge futhi nakuTrevor ngalombuto. The issue of defacing of what we would call labeling is actually prohibited in terms of the Consumer Protection Act. Loku unako ukuthi angakuripota, he can go directly kuya ngokuthi Treasure uhlalaphi. So you can report it two ways. You can report it to your provincial consumer affairs officers. Their details akhona ku website yethu ye-NCC, noma ungaya kule ilona ku-ombud esibiza ukuthi i-Consumer Goods and Services Ombud le deala ngama fast moving goods. But lekubaluleke kakhulu nangabe ku supermarket yakhe Treasure uyabona ukuthi kukhona lokulaka ngakuvisisi kuhlanzeka and all that, lokho sinalaba lesibabita especially ku municipal level ama environmental health inspectors laba kudala besibabita ukuthi ma health inspectors. Unako ukuthaye ku municipality and go and complain, because ngibo laba lekumele ba issue a certificate of acceptability se business lele thengisa kudla, baphindze futhi babuye bahlole ukuthi ngempela kule license lebabanikede yona ama fridges wabo aku the correct temperatures, I value chain asiphuli, ngoba lo mthengi ngamunye la ekhaya unako ukuthi unelungelo lokuthi impahla noma kudla lo lakakuthengako good value, good quality, kanzi futhi safe for human consumption. So banako ukuthi bangakhala kuloko. Ngiyabonga.
Asasikhulumeke ngendzaba ye-efficiency in the private sector. It's very easy, Mshengu, to bash the public service for their inefficiencies. Kepha-ke nayo i-private sector, it suffices to mention ukuthi abasito nato tingelozi. Ngoba-ke for instance, nawungena ebhange uthola ukuthi bothela babili, yet leli bhange line capacity yekuthi bothela babe ngu-10, kepha uthola ukuthi bothela babili, and lapho uthola ukuthi kunelidwendwe le-queue ize ifika ngaphandle ize phumela emnyango. Kuthi-ke the argument could be, well, the National Consumer Commission may not necessarily probe the issue of inconvenience. ngoba lokho it's not a violation of consumer rights, but it's sort of an inconvenience to the consumers. Kuthi-ke, where does the NCC step in when it comes to that?
Yebo, that is a very good question, because especially with that convenience, njengoba bewushilo ukuthi it's not a violation but it's a nuisance kimi, ngoba thatha nje 2 hours kumele queue, thatha isikhathi lesithe. Lokhu lekhona ukuthi first of all njengemthengi unako ukuthi ucomplain in that store with the manager and see ukuthi awutholi ilona lisiphi. And then kwesibili kokuthi my business lakahlukene a regulator bantu labahlukene, njengoba sikhuluma nje nawubuka kuma bank sesikhuluma ngebanking ombathi, sikhuluma nge-financial sector. Everything that has to do with financial services is exempted ku-CPA, ngoba abantu noma umnyango lophethene naloko ngilole siwubitwa ukuthi i-Financial Sector Conduct Authority. Thina njenge-National Consumer Commission, i-mandate yethu ukuthi mthetho ngamunye lo lovikela abathengi sente sure ukuthi ma-principles lala kakhona lakalandzelwa ngiyiphi nje nayiphi i-regulator still ahambisana nalama-rights lekakhona ku-Consumer Protection Act. Siyayisihlangane njenge-National Consumer Commission, singu-chairperson wale-mkhandlu lo lesibita kuthi i-Consumer Protection Forum, lo lothatha wonke ma-regulators lawa lakabhekene nevikelwa kwabathengi ukuthi sende sure ukuthi ma-principles nama-standard they are the same in every sector and then also in every province.
Please hold the thought, Mshengu. Sitawuqhubeka nalelo phuzu emva kwaleli khefu. Kwenyalo asesiseshwe ngasithi makethe sitawubuye khona nyalo. Welcome back to our very final segment. Let's take a last caller. Caswell, please get straight to the point. We are out of time.
Yes, I'm a resident of Block PP in Tshwane Municipality, informal settlement called Block PP Bikutong. We voted our first president here, Mr. Mandela. Is now late. We have not yet been developed as an informal settlement. We've been to the legislature in Joburg, I think about 5 years ago, while there was the chairman called, I forgot his name, and they've changed chairmen with legislature. Till today, this informal settlement has not been developed. So my plea is that let the human rights of our community be taken care of, and let these pillars be developed.
Castle, thank you so much for your call. We do appreciate your time. Now, Professor Figeni Amtseba uvile ke Castle lapha ukhuluma ngekuthi ke ema communities they should be developed because the development of their communities is an extension of a basic human right. Singakavali ke luhlelo, what are your closing comments, Professor, in terms of your plan of improving service delivery at public institutions?
Our plan as the Public Service Commission is to review systems and masishintsha indlela ekwenziwa ngayo sobe sifundile ukuthi amaphutha enzekile nempazamo ezithe zenzeka esizibonayo ngokuba zeziphi xa sithetha nge-professionalization. Kanti-ke okunye ukuthi laa nto yokuba makube kwi-equality ne-equal access kwii-principles ze-constitution ne-participation yabantu kukuyenza ukuthi kuzo zonke iinguqu esizenzayo ibe khona kuba kaloku le democracy yalwelwayo kwafa abantu. Ukuze ibe iyaphila, we appeal kubantu okuba ayizuba ngurhulumente kuphela, izawuba zii-citizens, izawuba yi-private sector, izawuba yi-civil society. Sithi xa siphume nee-documents njengale professionalization ye-public service nokuguqulwa kwendlela esebenza ngayo i-public service ezawuba ngumthetho, sifuna ii-comments zenu so that you are part of this change. I-change ingayelwe ezandleni zethu kuphela.
All right, siyabonga kakhulu Professor Figeni. Mshengu, your closing comments with regards to responsibilities ama consumers kanye nama responsibilities ama service providers.
Mina bengithanda kusho nje Simphiwe ukuthi kubabukele emakhaya akucale ngami nawe ukuthi ngadi ukuthi malungelo ami ngimaphi kanti futhi lekubalulekile kule information ukuthi asifune futhi netindlela letifanele ukuthi sibeke ikhalo tethu ngoba nangabe ukhalata enzaweni lele wrong ngokuthi maybe siyathi nje ukuthi kusuke kuyi-frustration nalokushisa nalokwendani mara sifune le minyango lefanele sikokote kuyo ukuthi sathi ukuthi ikhalo tethu tisetandleni letifanele mara lekubalulekile futhi ukuthi mina nawe njengemthengi especially kuma-businesses lala ka-private sinako ukukhetha ukuthi ngiyafuna yini ukuthenga enzaweni lele ngihlukumeteka khona so nangabe uyabona ukuthi isitolo asikho sikune asiphephanga uyaya uthengile uyacomplaina akwendeki lutho yekela kuthenga lapho thenga lala utawulalelwa khona ukuthi wathi ukuthi nangabe singwa sisihle noma khona lelo kwendakele ngane mpuphu lo uyithengile yekela ngasaphindze uthenge lapho uyothenga kulenye indzawo batiwele njengoba batiwela then vote ngetinyawo takho ungasamvoteli ungamvoteli lo somabhizinisi lo ngokuthi uphindze futhi umsekele ngebhizinisi yakho so asifunzeni nje ukuthi sikhalade ngendlela lefanele.
Maketheze Mabuza, Commissioner of the National Consumer Commission, kanye-ke nawe Professor Somadoda Fikeni, the Commissioner for the Public Service Commissioner. Siyabonga kakhulu kini nobabili kuhlanganyela kanye nathi-ke namhla.
Siyabonga.
Alright, mbukeli sifika kanjalo ke maphethelweni ehlelo lethu namhla ngithanda ukubonga ke ivakashi lethu ngesikhathi ebahlanganyeli naso kuba nathi. Ngithanda ukubonga kanye nani ngibabukeli ngekuba nathi kuze kube manje asihlangane futhi ngesikhathi lesitako. For me Simphiwe Ngcongwane and the rest of the team, sithi nisale kahle. Wishing you all a great week and a happy Human Rights Day and as well as a happy Consumer Rights Day. Good day.